U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in New Zealand this morning, where he will meet with officials and, of course, watch the U.S. women's national soccer team take on Netherlands. After winning their opening match against Vietnam 3-0, the U.S. kicks off against the Netherlands tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, the pairing will be a rematch of the 2019 World Cup final, where the U.S. beat the Netherlands to be crowned world champions. CBS News producer Elizabeth Campbell is following the latest from Wellington, New Zealand. Hey, Elizabeth, it's good to see you. You're looking good out there. So, the U.S. women faced off against the Netherlands in the last Soccer World Cup final. What's changed for both teams since then, and is the U.S. ready for this challenge?
Well, kia ora, Anne-Marie, as they say here in New Zealand. We talked last time about how it's now the U.S. versus the world in this World Cup, and that's going to be what's the biggest difference here, is that everyone is more competitive in this World Cup. The Netherlands have had time to prepare, they've had time to get better, and we're going to see a tougher challenge this time around. You asked, will it be their toughest challenge? Hard to say. Certainly, probably the toughest challenge of the group stage. Vietnam was ranked 32nd for the FIFA World Championship. In comparison, Netherlands is ranked number 9. So off the bat, that's going to be a more difficult team that they're going to have to face. But on the flip side, they do know that if they lose here, it's not the end of the group stage. There is a path afterwards.
So then why does this match matter?
Well, I mean, first off, bragging rights. Who doesn't want to say that the U.S. beat the Netherlands again? But like I said, after the group stage, they can advance on to the knockout stage. And if they win the group, they have a much easier path for those next 3 knockout stage games to the final. Whereas if they come second in the group, if they lose to Netherlands, that'll be a much harder path for them to face. They'll be facing higher ranked teams in their path to the final. So they want to have that comfort, that almost ego boost that you get from beating a higher ranked team, and just an easier playing field to get to the final.
So the Philippines shocked co-host New Zealand to win their first ever Women's World Cup match. You were there. What happened?
I did, and Emery, the stand was electric. That stadium was packed. People were happy to be there. And when the Philippines scored their first World Cup goal ever, it was a deafening roar of Philippines fans. They were excited. But that match was not without controversy. We saw a lot of VAR, which is video assisted refereeing, for those of you who don't watch soccer all the time. We saw a controversial call from them when there was an offsides penalty, and they actually took a goal back from New Zealand that would have been an equalizer in the match. So we're seeing FIFA kind of try some new technology out. We had, for the first time, the referee announce that VAR decision to the stands in their own words. So it's kind of been a back and forth as FIFA tries out this new technology in these matches. I can say the New Zealand fans were not pleased with that ruling by the referee, but it wasn't fantastic to see just so many people turn out for their host country.
Yeah, and I'm sure the fans let the refs know exactly how they felt. I'm sure it was pretty loud then, too.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, what is the atmosphere like out there? I'm curious. I mean, New Zealand is a long way from the U.S. Did Team USA fans manage to make the journey?
It's a long way away, and it's already Wednesday night here for us in New Zealand. But there are a lot of American fans here. Everywhere you look, there is some red, white, and blue kind of going just everywhere down the streets. Other than the host countries of Australia and New Zealand, Americans are in the top for ticket buyers of matches for the FIFA World Cup. So they're here, and they're in mass. You talked earlier about how Secretary Blinken has even made the trip down here. He told the team he's here as a fan and a cheerleader, and that he also complimented them on showcasing the power sports has for inclusivity. And so really, Wellington is including all the U.S. fans who have descended on this city.
Love it. Elizabeth Campbell, thank you very much.
Thank you.